Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so it has been a couple of weeks, and here is the final product of the Raspberry Pi Dash. Um, so this is the casing that my buddy Mike printed out for me. Pretty damn good. I think with most instances or cases with 3D printed stuff, you do have to work with it for a little bit fit and finish, but overall it holds everything and it works pretty damn well. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick and disassemble everything, and then kind of just show you all the subtle nuances of putting it together. That way, if you are doing anything like this, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into beforehand. Okay, so I've got the sunshade removed, and that's pretty much what holds this entire case together through these four holes right here. So all I have to do is pull on this back plate. Oops. And that comes off. You can see the fan is connected to this breakout board that we installed earlier. This is pretty much the only position it fits in with double-sided tape. Originally I had aspirations of running like multiple fans, and it turns out you can really only fit this one fan. So if you do something similar, don't even get a breakout board that can hold this many fans. Just get something like two, right? Okay, the display fit into the casing super tight. So for me, I have to pull on this corner, and that's really the only way I get it out. And you kind of have to get it at the right angle, and then it slips out. There we go. Okay. So you guys are familiar with this bad boy. Nothing's changed except for mounting, again, the fan breakout right here. This is the 3D printed case that Mike printed out for us. He went through, I think, 3 prints of this because it was kind of warping. And this is the final one, and it looks really good. Like it in black, actually. However, there are problems with the case, and I don't think this is a problem from the printing. I think this is a problem with the file that I actually gave Mike. So the screen fitment in here is super tight, and it actually like the screen didn't fit in here. I don't know if there was a revision change in the screen itself, or maybe there's something wrong with the file that was provided. But essentially I had to sand down the inside and Dremel out material all the way around. And only then would the screen drop in, and as you can see, it's a super tight fit. So when this first arrived, there was like material all around the edge, and that had to be Dremeled out. The other thing was, this cutout right here had 3 kind of bars running across, and it was designed to fit in between the holes on the USB port and the Ethernet ports. Those bars going across just were completely in the wrong places. If anything, this entire cutout was in the wrong place. Not by a lot, by maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. So I had to go in and enlarge that. That's why it looks all janky. The same thing had to be done on the sun shield. The bottom of it had to be enlarged because it just covered some of the bottom part of the ports. So it's like kind of weird stuff there with this file. I don't really understand what's going on with that, because the guy who sourced these screens provided these files. So I'm just not entirely sure what's going on. So if you do use that case, which I sort of recommend you do, because I don't know where else you're going to find one, unless you can create your own, or if you do create your own, starting with the files for this case, just know that those are potential issues. And then on the back here, on this back plate, these holes were designed to hold nuts securely. They were just too small, and so I had to go in and Dremel out material so I could squeeze these in. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they were designed for specific nuts that I just couldn't source or didn't have at the local hardware store. So that, you know, that one's kind of like that one can slide. These little nubs right here, these are designed to catch these standoffs right here on to help you line everything up. When this first arrived, these nubs were taller or wider than the back plate, so they came further up by maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. They're just way too tall. They're way too long. I don't see how that happens. Essentially, the case wouldn't shut. So I don't know if that's intentional and you're supposed to like sand them down to the right height. It just, I don't know. It didn't make any sense. The other thing here is you can see this fan is held on by 2 zip ties. I can't fit another 2 on the bottom, but it should be fine. The thing is, fan sizes are kind of standardized, I think. This is a 25 millimeter fan, and I think I also have some 35 millimeter fans, and this like pattern doesn't match either of them. So it's like somewhere in between, but I can't find an off-the-shelf fan that is somewhere in between 25 and 35. So I don't know what happened there either. So there's some weird things about these files that, I really had to kind of like play around to get this case to fit together. But once it did, it's really cool. I like it. I really think that it brings the whole thing together and makes it look like a complete package. So yeah, slip that back in. I kind of have to pull on this because it's so tight. It doesn't just drop straight down, and part of that is because these ports stick out past the display. And so this casing is so snug and it fits just around the display, it won't clear these ports. So you have to pull on this to slide it past. I don't know, that's kind of weird. And then when you reassemble everything, I can't put the fan connector on the top. I have to go in the second one down like this, and then make sure I tuck the wire out of the way. Because I think in reality, I think you can make this case wider. You know, if you were to make it wider by 5 millimeters, you would save a lot of problems. You would have more airflow inside the case. I'm not entirely sure like why it had to be so tight. But in any case, it all goes together, and I didn't have to get something else printed, so it works out. Yeah, and that is about it. So all I have to do now is just screw these 4 screws back in, install the sun shield. I think you can run it without it, but I like the way it looks with it, and I have it, and it blocks the sun, so why the hell not? And I think that's it for this video. It looks really cool. I've got it mounted in the car using the mounting system that I had for the Samsung tablet. All I had to do was, shoot, where's the last screw? I'll show you guys here really quick. All I had to do was remove the old mount and then drill it out to fit this. So this pattern is one of the standard patterns that you can buy on the cell phone like mounts websites. And where is it? Here we go. This bad boy clipped into the old tablet. I just unscrewed the mounts, or took the screws out and just salvaged this little piece right here. Bolted everything in, and then this will mount into the Pro Clips center mount for the Subaru WRX. So it's on a quick release system, so I push a button and just slide this off. I can take it inside, do whatever I want with it, and then push it, and then just bring it back to the car and slide it back on. So yeah, I think that is about it for this video. Hopefully, if you guys are doing something similar, this video helps. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. And thank you very much for watching. Take care.